into my life now, and I'm literally finding them by frequency. And it's mind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I found you, Melissa, was by frequency. I was like, oh my gosh, I know her. And then when we started talking, we found out more and more. And that's how I found Anita, was by frequency. I knew immediately. And then Anita can tell you how that all connected. And Chris is in here. She is part of that. We have memories back to Lemuria. We have memories back to Atlantis. Anita, you can
you guys, yeah,
talk about the escape we had out of Lemuria. Well, some of us escaped. Sorry. Some of us
didn't make it.
Was it still our ship that crashed? What?
Well, you were in the Intel ship. That was your choice.
Yeah, we were Intel. We were waiting. We were waiting for one of our people to come on board, and so the dragons took off before we did, and they made it through the portal, and we didn't. And so many of us on that ship had and carried through the trauma of the fall, not only just the fall of Atlantis, but also being in that moment of crashing and the destruction. We carried that through us. I think, Melissa, we were talking about the fact that that was something that you worked on this life. It was some stuff that came up for me this life too, to let go of. But literally, you carry some of the traumas of past life stuff through with you. And those are a lot of the lives that create density that you have to let go of. Some iterations, some past lives, you'll just combine in and they'll just be there and you'll just feel like bigger and more because you just pull them in easy and they're just kind of there. And then all of a sudden you just kind of know things. Other past lives, there's some kind of message or there's some kind of trauma or situation or knowledge that you need to work with. So you actually have to spend a little bit more time with it. Like the BQH that I did, I found out that I actually went into one of my iterations. His name is Donegal. He was one of the Knights of the Round Table. And it was at the fall of Camelot. And he was there wearing light armor, literally made of light. And the horses he was on had light armor. And of course, the dragons were there. And of course, Crystal Dragon and Chris, they were both there as dragons. And we lost them. I mean, we
lost the ship in Atlantis and passed, and then happened again at the fall of Camelot, which is no wonder I wound up doing that video series.
Right.
But it's this life in this past year that all that stuff had to get worked through. And I met this team only, when did I meet you guys? October?
Yeah.
October.
Well, Melissa, it wasn't only that. We also were all in Salem,
Salem
doesn't get any better than Salem.
But to go back to this, we decided, because we've been trying to go through the ascension process many times, and we've been working with the light, and we've not succeeded. So the last time we fell, there was a big call that went out, and we chose to come. And so that was one of the things that came through to remember was that, we sat down and actually every life from because we're from the future, we came back 26,524 years in the past and started our human evolution to get through to the point where we are right now today. And we figured out every life and every situation. We sat down. I think we were drinking heavily because we certainly came up with some really great things that we thought there'd be no problem in this lifetime having to deal with. And I'm like, what was I thinking? When you think of some of the shadow work you have to go through, it's like somebody put that in my contract while I was not looking, but